Hey Hylians! It is now 2021 and that means that this year, the Legend of Zelda series will be celebrating its 35th anniversary. As we all know, in 2020 Mario celebrated its 35th anniversary and Nintendo did quite a lot for it. New games, new merchandise, special events, a number of things to celebrate the series. This isn't the first time Nintendo have done something like this before, as they have done anniversary celebrations for Mario, Zelda and other series in the past. For Zelda's 30th anniversary, they brought out a whole line of amazing looking amiibo, and we can't forget the fantastic symphony that started for its 25th. So I think it's safe to say that we'll be getting something from Nintendo this year to celebrate the Zelda series. Today, I want to start with some of the ideas and things that I would like to see from Nintendo to celebrate the series this year. And I think there is nothing better to start with than Breath of the Wild's sequel. There is no question that currently the most anticipated thing from the Zelda series is this sequel. After its announcement a couple of years ago, we have heard nothing more about this game, but that doesn't completely push it off the table. As a big new game for the series, it would be very fitting to have this game come out to mark the anniversary of the series. This is something Nintendo have actually done before with Skyward Sword. As that game came out during the 25th anniversary, they kind of made it the big main celebration. Again though, we have not seen or heard really anything about this game from the initial reveal trailer a couple of years ago, so it is pretty unsure whether we'll see it come out this year. Though Nintendo did reveal a lot of new games last year that came out only a couple of months after the first trailers, so it still could happen. The anniversary of the Zelda series is on February 21st, so maybe we could get a trailer for the game on that date. That would still leave a lot of time left in a year for it to come out. But hey, even if the game doesn't come out this year, I'd be surprised not to at least get a trailer for it. Now, let's talk about bundles. Bundles, 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 or you might want to call them collections, but I'm calling them bundles because it's more fun to say. When it comes to the 35th anniversary of the series, I don't think anything has been talked about more than bundles. The sequel to Breath of the Wild might be the most anticipated game for the series right now, but still for this event, I don't think it's been talked about more than this. There's a lot of different Zelda games that have yet to make their way onto the Switch, games that a lot of fans have been hoping to see for a long time now. And with the Super Mario 3D All-Stars bundle coming out for Mario's anniversary last year, it just fueled the fire when it came to this idea. There are two game bundles that I think we are very likely to see. One consisting of Wind Waker, Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, and another consisting of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I feel if we get any bundle of games, it would be one of these. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker have both gotten HD remasters on the Wii U, and over the years Nintendo have brought quite a lot of games from the Wii U over to the Switch. Which makes a lot of sense, saying that the Switch user base is way bigger than the Wii U's. So it's always been somewhat surprising that they have yet to bring over these two games, arguably some of the most popular in the series, which both had really fantastic remasters. With Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, these two are perfect to bundle together, and there's a couple of ways that they could do this. They could bring out a bundle with the original N64 versions of the game, or they could bring out one with the 3DS versions. I personally don't mind which one they go for, but I would really love to see the 3DS versions on the Switch, as I'm sure with a little tweaking they could look fantastic. Along with the main games, they could also add in the Master Quest, a side mode which completely changes the dungeons of Ocarina of Time and adds in double damage, along with some other things. And I might be pushing this a little bit, but if Nintendo really wanted to make this something special, they could go and make a Master Mode for Majora's Mask. I'm sure the biggest fans of that game would love something like that. Now, when talking about Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, I left out Skyward Sword, which I said before could also work very well as part of a bundle with those games. And that's because while I think it would work very well with them, I also think it could be brought out by itself as its own release. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker have already gotten HD remasters, while Skyward Sword hasn't. It's the last home console Zelda game, not counting Breath of the Wild, to yet be remastered. And I'm pretty sure at this point Nintendo know just how much fans want a remaster of this game. It's been asked about and rumoured about for ages now. Skyward Sword originally came out in 2011 for the 25th anniversary of the series. That's now 10 years ago, believe it or not. What better time to re-release the game than on its 10th birthday? As the game's been asked about for so long and it's the 35th anniversary of the series, I can really see Nintendo bringing out this game again on the Switch, and I really hope I'm right. When you started Skyward Sword originally, the 25th anniversary logo would appear before the game started. Now they could change it to the 35th anniversary logo. That would be a nice little detail that I would really appreciate. So for Mario's 35th anniversary, Nintendo didn't just bring out new games, they've also done a number of other things. They brought out a lot of new limited edition merchandise and just new merchandise for the series in general, and they did a lot of special events with other games. I definitely think we'll be seeing new merchandise for the Zelda series. After all, I already mentioned how they brought out a lovely line of amiibo for the 30th. I'm also sure we'll see special events with games like Super Smash Bros, Tetris 99, and maybe even Splatoon. And while this next thing is a game, I still kind of see it as a limited time event, saying on March 31st it will disappear. And that is Mario 35. I was surprised to see how much I enjoyed Mario 35, and I would really love to see something like this done for Zelda. Though, can we maybe keep it around this time? For those of you who don't know what Mario 35 is, it is basically you playing the original Mario game against 35 other people, similar to Tetris 99. Every time you defeat an enemy, whether that's a Goomba or Bowser, they will be sent to another player and the same thing happens for them, leading to some pretty interesting runs at times. The idea of a Zelda game like this I think could work pretty well, even with the original Zelda having a much different layout to the original Mario. They can make it the full overworld and dungeons. Walking through Hyrule and suddenly having Aquamentus dropped on you out of nowhere would definitely be pretty interesting. Though with Zelda being a much more open game than Mario's straightforward levels, it might be easy just to walk around some of these bigger monsters, so limiting it to dungeons where you need to do the puzzles and kill the enemies before moving on, I think would work better. And to make it even more interesting, they could randomize the rooms. So even if you know every dungeon in the original Zelda game like the back of your hand, it would still make it challenging. I would love to see a game like Zelda 35 for the anniversary, as I really do think it would be so much fun. But could we maybe keep it around this time, Nintendo? I wouldn't mind buying it if that meant I could keep it. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the ideas I feel have somewhat of a chance of happening. But there is one last idea that I have, though it is a very, very, very big long shot. And that is the Legend of Tingle bundle. So for those of you who might not know, everyone's favourite 35-year-old fairy wannabe has his own games. Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland, ripened Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love, Tingle's Balloon Fight, and the Too Much Tingle Pack. Only one of these games came out outside of Japan, and that was freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland, which I am lucky enough to own. But this game only came out in certain places, so not everyone has gotten to experience it. Again, the other games mentioned only came out in Japan, and I personally would really like to play them. Rosy Rupeeland is a bit of an RPG, Tingle's Balloon Fight is, well, Balloon Fight with Tingle, the Too Much Tingle Pack was a DSiWare app with some little things to do, and Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love is a Wizard of Oz inspired point-and-click adventure dating sim. Yeah. Anyway, this is a huge long shot, but it'd be really funny if Nintendo came out with a Legend of Tingle pack to celebrate Zelda's 35th anniversary. A lot of people have yet to play these games, and still a lot of people don't even know these games exist. So it'd be really funny to be watching a Zelda themed direct and just have a whole section dedicated to Tingle. So with that, those are my ideas of things that I would like to see for Zelda's 35th anniversary. I do have some more ideas, but I could honestly talk about things I would like to see for hours, and I kind of wanted to stick more to things I feel have a chance. Apart from Tingle. I did think about talking about DLC for Age of Calamity, but I've done a whole video on that, so if you're interested in my thoughts on that topic, I'll leave a link somewhere around the video for it. Anyway, I am very excited for this year and look forward to whatever Nintendo has in store for us. Tell me down below what you would like to see Nintendo do this year for Zelda's anniversary, whether that's a new game, a remake, a port, or something completely different. Thank you all for watching to the end of today's video. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!